Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. We're doing an event reaction today. We're gonna be checking out Borderlands 4. And well, you can probably see from the overlay, I am a little excited about this because I do like myself some Borderlands. You may have seen me stream the earlier games on like the earliest parts of my stream career. Yeah. But anyway though, yeah, like this might be a difficult question to answer, but what kind of guns do you want in Borderlands 4? And I'm not talking like the usual like weapon classes of like pistols and SMGs and snipers, but I mean like weird crazy shit that Borderlands is known for, like walking guns and guns that you throw to reload that become grenades. Like, what kind of weird, wacky gimmicks do you want from the guns now? For me, I would probably be happy with like, I don't know, a three-headed sniper rifle, like each of the heads being like their own sniper barrel, and maybe two of them would like lock onto enemies while you manually aim using the middle head. Right? Come on. That would be so cool, especially if that kind of gimmick would like scale, where you could have like a Hydra. Right? I mean, who wouldn't want a 4- or 5-way sniper rifle? Gearbox, you are fully free to take that idea for a gun for any future plans involving the Tiny Tina stuff. Wonderlands. I'm just gonna expect some royalties though. Royalties in the form of iridium and guns. Okay, that's going to begin shortly, so we are good to go. We are so ready. We are so ready for this. Also, yeah, put in the comments if you're planning on playing Borderlands 4 Day 1. Especially now that its release got pulled forward. Something that rarely happens in the industry. Yeah. Okay, premiere will begin shortly. Well, it is 1 minute to... It is 1 minute to 10, so... Yeah. Okay, it's now 10. Give me the guns. Give me the guns, Borderlands. Of course it is. Of course, we have a countdown to a countdown. You know, say what you will about Nintendo's Directs, they begin at the actual time. Like, it's not like a countdown. It's not like the like a countdown from the YouTube side of things to like having an actual in-video countdown. Well, I mean, at least the countdown isn't that long, to be quite honest here. But seriously, Gearbox, Hydra sniper rifles. I'm just gonna leave it at that. It would be the coolest thing in existence. And yeah. Oh, come to think of it, a Hydra gimmick would work so well for so many different kinds of guns, like shotguns. Like imagine five different shotgun spreads at once. Or assault rifles. Yes, I know it's a Gearbox software game.
What use is a vault hunter? What use is a killer? A brute. A rule-breaking, loot-taking, running and gunning natural disaster. You are, in a word, mayhem.
Okay, I like that. I like having a bubble thing. I like the bubble thing. Wait, can I use cryo to freeze the bubbles? And the enemies inside them? Hang on, is that like a sentry turret as a psycho?
Be advised, a citywide curfew has been enacted. Violators will be shot on sight.
I want to know more, and thankfully we're gonna get even more.
Gearbox Entertainment. Today, we're giving you our deepest look yet at Borderlands 4. All the excitement, loot, and gnarly carnage all running on PlayStation 5 Pro.
Since creating the looter-shooter genre nearly 16 years ago, we've continued to refine the formula, delivering better loot, greater freedom, and endless mayhem. And with Borderlands 4, we've pushed things even further.
This is hands down our best Borderlands ever. All new movement, abilities, bigger and badder enemies, and a brand new planet. All in service of making you feel like a total badass.
It's the perfect entry point for new players, with incredible new places and a great story. And for our longtime Borderlands fans, we're throwing back to our more grounded tone, while pushing gameplay ahead further than ever before.
But does this mean we still get Borderlands 2 style mayhem?
Years of hard work from my teammates across the Gearbox studios. So enough talk, let's get it. This is Borderlands 4.
I mean, I'm seeing that we can have, like, just yeet elemental
Borderlands
barrels.
is an unforgiving sci-fi universe where life is cheap and guns are plentiful. You play as a vault hunter, a badass mercenary with powerful abilities called action skills.
Today I'm playing as Vex, our new siren. She wields supernatural phase energy to devastating effect. She can use that energy to empower herself, or channel it to conjure deadly minions that fight alongside her.
And because everything's better in co-op, I'm joining as Rafa, a former TDR soldier who wears an experimental exosuit.
Okay, I'm liking the idea of a little companion.
These are two of our 4 new Vault Hunters that you can play at launch.
Borderlands 4 takes place on Kairos, an all-new planet steeped in conflict. For thousands of years, the Timekeeper kept the planet hidden. controlling its inhabitants with bolts, cybernetic implants fused to their spines.
That
Anyone
does
who
not
steps out
sound
of line is
pleasant.
brutally crushed by his army of synthetic soldiers known as the Order.
That is until 6 years ago when Elpis showed up. This rogue moon was teleported away from Pandora at the end of Borderlands 3 by the legendary Vault Hunter Lilith. When it reappeared across the galaxy, it crashed into the protective veil around Kairos. The results were devastating. A planet-wide cataclysmic event that disrupted the Timekeeper's perfect order.
Now people all across Kairos have started rising up, some even ripping out their bolts, and chunks of their brain along with it.
Hear it talk!
That's the situation our Vault Hunters have crash-landed into. A planet ready to explode, and you're the spark. As you explore, you'll meet a cast of incredible characters. Fan favorites return, like Zane and Moxie. You'll also meet new friends like Rush.
And as always,
I
clap
feel
for
as though we
the
always
ride.
seem to rely on getting in all characters in as like NPCs a little too much
Last but
here.
not least is Echo 4. This helpful drone follows you everywhere,
Aww.
hacking order tech, scanning the environment, and helping guide you to objectives. But enough of all that.
I like little
Let's
Echo
get
4 there.
Thanks to our improved lobby system, it's easier than ever to join up with your friends on the fly. And with full crossplay at launch, you can play with your friends on any platform.
Today, we're venturing into Terminus Range, a frigid, mountainous region.
This is just one of the 4 zones on Kairos that you can seamlessly explore. There's next to no loading time, just endless looting and shooting mayhem.
For our current mission, we need to break into a secret black site located deep in the mountains. One of the Timekeeper's generals, Vile Lichter, has been conducting grotesque experiments on locals. It's up to us to stop it.
Alright, let's get moving. Here I'm using Glide, one of our new movement abilities. Along with dash, double jump, climbing, and point grapple, these make getting around more fun and add a ton of utility.
Oh, we don't get to hover then. No, I
As
know
you traverse,
pre-sequel
you'll uncover a
did that,
vast and beautiful world.
but for like zero gravity
To bring Kairos
zones.
to life, we've introduced dynamic weather and events, so you constantly have new things to discover.
There's also plenty of local wildlife to contend with, like these Kratch, flying bees who attack in flocks.
Here we've come across a silo, one of several new activities in Borderlands 4.
You'll naturally discover short gameplay experiences like this all across Kairos. There's no need to pick up a mission first. These are auto-granted and tracked on your HUD.
Silos house old, decommissioned order tech that you can hijack for the Crimson Resistance.
With the help of Echo 4, we'll hack into their network and release the communications balloon.
Wait, what happened to the Sanctuary spaceship then?
Now that we're in charge, we can fast travel to the silo. And as a bonus, it's revealed the approximate location of a vault key fragment. We can collect these fragments to unlock a hidden vault, a high-level dungeon with challenging combat and serious loot.
Wait, hang on. Are
Let's get
we
after it.
saying we can now just go into vaults like we're doing dungeon crawling? So we can
Another
now
nice thing about silos
just
is you can zip line
just
up and
go
take off.
go looting.
And if that's not fast enough for you, you can always pull out your personal vehicle, the Digirunner. Just hop on, hit boost, and get rolling.
You can customize the body, paint job, and even how it handles.
And because this is Borderlands, you best believe it has guns.
So we can now catch a ride from wherever we want.
Host of dynamic events, From order patrols to world bosses, there's always something to shoot and loot.
All right, we're coming up on an order outpost. Let's see the new movement abilities in action.
Hang on. Leaking? As in, like...
Traversal abilities together makes combat more dynamic than ever. You can dash
Like,
in and
obviously
out of melee
that's using
attacks,
corrosive,
dodge
so is that
attacks,
like
or
a...
quickly reposition to gain an advantage.
Oh, hang on. So is that like now a new effect from corrosive based effects on something like armored enemies?
Now I know that there's a vault fragment around here somewhere, but we've got a mission to get back to. Let's pull out Echo 4 to show us where to go.
No, get back to the get back to the vault key fragment. I want to see how we're handling vault here.
Holly herself, Amara. She's a former vault hunter and exotic pet sitter from Borderlands 3. She came to Kairos in search of Lilith and is now helping us take down the Timekeeper.
Don't you whine at me, Hermes. We'll play in a moment, huh? Ugh, you agree to pet sit for a few weeks, and the next thing you know, you're having full conversations with animals.
You don't use security like that unless you've got something to hide. This must be the path to the black side.
Agreed. But if Lilith is on the other side, I don't mind some property destruction.
Ooh, your specialty. Please, be my guest.
Okay, I'm trying to...
Come, let's throw some light on this black site of his.
Amara, isn't that like the
Clear them out.
like Lilith's apprentice from Borderlands 3?
It's always been at the heart of Borderlands, and we put a ton of work into making it.
Or am I thinking of somebody else
Our
here?
lobby was just the start. You can also
God, it's been so long since I last played Borderlands 3.
The rest of the party. This way, everyone can tune the experience to their liking.
And you don't have to worry about looting and just stealing your drops, as loot is always instanced for each player. Plus, if you ever get split up, you can easily fast travel to your friends.
And two
Oh,
players
no more
in
fight,
return, so
no
you
more
can
fighting
enjoy
for loot
couch
even
co-op.
as an option?
Regardless of how you play, we just want you to be able to hang with your buddies and have a great time.
What the hell is that?
Hi, Tim. Straight out of Last of Us, what by the looks of ya?
Everyone else heard the talking creep, right?
Tim feels like the product of Lictor's twisted mind. Another of his experiments. If he's doing this to creeps, I shudder to think what he's doing to Lilith. We need to get inside. That air vent. Let's check it out. Hermes is really creepy.
Okay, I definitely was thinking of somebody else.
Obviously, Hermes.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking of somebody
Now that we're in
else.
the black side, let's take a moment to talk about loot. In Borderlands 4, each piece of gear comes from one of 8 manufacturers with their own characteristics and trademarks. There's Jacobs, with crit-friendly black powder weapons, the elemental expertise of Maliwan, Vladoff, who solve lower accuracy with more bullets, the toss to reload Tedior, or Torg with explosions!
I mean, obviously my main gun...
The Order with powerful charge and release
Oh.
blast, fully auto rippers, and the reliable, easy-to-use
New
deaths
gun
with multiple
manufacturers?
ammo types.
But that's just the start. we've introduced an all-new licensed parts system. This allows for behaviors and abilities from multiple manufacturers to spawn in a single weapon. For instance, this flat-off assault rifle features a Torg mag, Hyperion shield, and a Molly 1 elemental switch, meaning it shoots fast and explodes things. The higher the rarity, the more parts that can randomly spawn, creating wilder and wilder loot.
I want wild guns!
Alt fire modes, underbarrels, and elemental damage.
The possibilities are truly endless.
To support playing with your favorite manufacturer, we've added enhancements. This new type of gear replaces artifacts and provides bonuses to specific manufacturers. Take my current enhancement. It adds a kill bonus to all guns with deadless parts, along with more reload speed and critical damage. This lets you min-max your build around your favorite manufacturer, immediately turning just okay guns into amazing weapons.
Finally, we've heard your feedback, and we've overhauled our drop rates and loot across the game. We've worked hard to make sure all our gear feels better than ever, while also making rarity matter again. This makes for our most satisfying loot chase ever. And at the top of everything are legendaries. These have always had unique effects that you won't find on any other piece of gear. But in Borderlands 3, they drop too often. This not only devalued legendaries, it made everything feel less valuable. In our new
I mean,
system,
didn't they add
not
things
only
like
will all
pearlescence or
these
something like
but
that?
all legendaries will truly be special events. We've added the magic back to our loot chase, and we know you'll love grinding all that great gear on Kairos.
But let's get back to combat so I can show you my favorite thing, Ordnance. This is the new gear slot for grenades and heavy weapons like rocket launchers.
Wait, we get to have a heavy
Instead of
turret?
Picking up a gun slot and ammo, Ordnance now has cooldown timers. No more saving the big guns for boss fights. Now you can blow stuff up as often as you want.
No, we can now have we can now just straight up use a turret, like a portable heavy turret.
Before we go further, let's talk a little bit about action skills. Every Vault Hunter has a set of 3 unique action skills. These are class-defining abilities with devastating effects. Up until now, I'd been using Incarnate to deliver powerful phase blasts. But let's switch it up to Phase Familiar and pull out Trouble. As you can see, each action skill has its own branching skill tree, giving you more build freedom than ever before. On top of passive skills, you can further customize action skills with augments and capstones. These are socketed enhancements that add new behaviors and functions to your action skill.
Different builds completely change how combat plays out, resulting in near endless freedom to experiment. You can swap unlock augments or capstones on the fly, or completely respec your skill trees at hubs around Kairos.
This gives us a chance to talk about traits. Each Vault Hunter has a unique passive ability called a trait. For Vex, her action skills attune to the element of her equipped weapon. So by swapping guns, I can change Trouble's damage from kinetic to shock, fire, or any other elemental type.
And you can even pet them? To be fair, it's illegal to not be able to pet the cat.
See where this vent takes us. Gods, are those test tubes?
But thankfully, our fight for your life mechanic makes a return. Of course, I could have avoided it in the first place if I had just used my ref kit. This new piece of gear provides health and other buffs, like temporarily boosting my elemental damage, rate of fire, or movement speed.
That sounds pretty helpful.
I'm almost afraid to ask what's in the tube.
Oh, look at these guys. Are those crystals growing out of them?
Although it would help if
By
the
the
enemy
way,
stopped
if
running
you wanna
away.
experience the story again, or just grind for loot, we've added full mission and boss replay. That's right, no more save loading to run bosses. Now you can return to the arena and use Moxie's big encore machine to spawn another run.
But we'll talk more about endgame later. For now, let's jump ahead and show you something truly badass. In Borderlands 4, our bosses are bigger and better than ever, putting all your new skills, gear, and abilities to the ultimate test.
So wait, does that mean True and Ultimate Vault Hunter modes are no longer going to be a part of the game then? Like, their New Game Plus mechanics?
Whoa, spoilers! That's enough of that for now. But we look forward to showing you much more this June at our first hands-on gameplay event.
And from everyone at Gearbox, thank you for joining us.
Or is True and Ultimate Vault Hunter mode still going to be part of the game, but it's just that it'll be like a unlockable difficulty for each mission that you've complete or cleared. Well, boss I should say. Well, that was a bit of a show. Like, that was a bit of a show, and it gave us quite a lot of new stuff here. So, yeah. But seriously, I can't wait to see the first hands-on gameplay. And hopefully I'll get the chance to stream this later in the year. I'll have to keep an eye out on this then. You know, if an opportunity does come up for me. Yeah.